Hello, welcome back. We got our research done. We can do Enchanted Forests now. We don't quite have the gems for it this turn. But we should be able to do it next turn, so that'll be fine. If we alchemized every gem we have right now, we would have 63 nature gems. Not quite. We can also start doing tarts now as well. We just need to empower that death mage we have once more. So we might start doing that, depending on how late things go. Then again, Cataclysm's about to hit, so we probably can't do any more rituals. Not safely, anyway. Gonna go into enchantment anyway for between. Let's see what happens. I think we're kind of beyond researching at this point, then. We claimed the Throne of Water. Good stuff. We also cast Earth Attack. Killed another commander. There were 4 battles here that were just taking provinces off Khazia. So that's Stone Heavens, Great Mountains, Elder Hill and Ivermark. Most of them are over here. You can see the cross swords. Elder Hill, Great Mountains, Stone Heavens. Nothing too interesting. Just either defending or taking back provinces. I'm going to push into Khazia's territory a little bit this turn as well. Elder Hill was down... Nope. Ivermark was down here though. This is me pushing into his territory down this side. But still no problems. We lost a couple of guys here to 1 cast of Conflagration, but other than that, no problems. Some of the battles were more interesting. The big one was this throne, which was safely put under siege. Nothing here. I do really enjoy the Astral Geyser spam on turn 1. You know, it lags my computer quite badly. Yep, just a few points of province defense. So nothing too interesting there. We also spied Khazia's big army attacking Selenia's throne as well. Speaking of things that lag my computer, this is a lot of crossbows. Cool stuff. So that's good. That looks like maybe the bulk of Khazia's army is preoccupied, which is good. That's what we like to see. Last battle was Hippo, which is over here, but that was just... Remember those bees that were trying to burn down my temples? Yeah. They hit a province that has 2 entwining arms. So that goes a lot better. Stuff. And that's it for battles. Lightning killed one of our Knights Amarant and 53 units. Water killed another Acolyte. Not very interesting events. And that's that. So yeah, the big news this turn, of course, is that we are storming this fort this turn. We don't need to do anything else. This was just cracked open immediately. Doesn't look like there's any defenders anywhere nearby, so I'm not really worried about a break siege battle. I think all of the defense is going to be inside. It's going to be stuff that gets teleported in. The army is pretty much identical to last turn. I don't know if I mentioned it, but my prophet has been given the Immaculate Shield that we found. Gives him +1 priest level, so he's Holy 4 at the moment. I'm going to have him cast Divine Blessing, Power of the Spheres, which gives you +1 in all magic, and then Divine Channeling, which takes Holy 5. I'm not sure if Power of the Spheres gives you Holy, so I don't know if this will work or not. But I don't know, I might as well just put it in the script and see if he'll do it. Divine Channeling would make all of our priests 1 level higher, I think. So if there's any kind of undead stuff going on inside the fort, that'd be pretty good. Because all of these guys have Holy 1, so it would get them all up to Holy 2. Other than that, yeah. If we storm this turn and we take it, that's that. So other things happening this turn, I'm going to try and take some provinces around this fort, just to make sure that if things go wrong, we have a retreat route. So I'm moving armies into this province to put it under siege. I'm moving some stuff into Western Plains. I'm also hitting Western Plains this turn with 2 casts of Arouse Hunger, which is the ghoul remote attack spell. And along with the ghouls, I'm also cloud trapezing 2 Dances in the Grass. We will do some air elemental spam. So this province we should take as well. If things go wrong, we'll still have a retreat route. Alongside that, I'm also teleporting a bunch of stuff onto this fort still this turn. It's very difficult to show off all that, but just imagine lots of nature mages These guys are mostly just going to be blessing. Some troops though. Same story up here. Lots of nature mages. They'll each do Rouse the Tangleheart, one of them does Howl, and then they just spam Storm of Thorns. And they bring a ton of units into the fight as well. But if there is some kind of break siege fight here, those guys will help. And if we storm the castle and lose and everything goes wrong, well, at least we'll have teleported in a second army to have a second attempt at storming. So that's the theory there. I did realise this turn that one of the things I should have done prior to now is hit this province with a few remote spells, just so that I could see whether or not it's domed. Because obviously teleporting lots of stuff onto this province without knowing if it's domed could backfire, could lead to some unpleasantness. So I went into the Discord and I did a bit of deceptive metagaming, and I basically said, damn, did I get really lucky, or were there no domes over this fort? Kind of like pretending like all these guys actually were like ritualed in. And Kazi was like, oh no, I didn't dome it. So if we take him at his word, then we can be confident that this fort isn't domed at all, and safely teleport all this stuff onto it. I think there's like one other guy who's teleport. Yeah, this guy's actually doing a teleport as well, so he'll be in the fight too. Sieging the fort. Not much else to say other than that. Hopefully this goes well. There's lots of movements going on, but it's mostly just reinforcing this fort now because a lot of stuff is teleported out of it. Moving some raiders down to take some of these provinces. Gonna move these guys up to take this one. Moving these units up here to reinforce this throne. And over here I've got the guy with the water breathing ring to move underwater, and Gift of Reason, that Ether Lord. And that's it for this turn. Looks like I just ran out of time as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next turn. Hello, welcome back. Become the Throne of Earth. I just need one more now. Lots of spells, of course. There was another die portent. Selenia has recast Burden of Time. But it's not in the enchantment list. So I think, because it looks like Cataclysm is beginning as well, Worldwide Event. So maybe his Burden of Time caster cast Burden of Time and was immediately eaten by horrors. That's possible. Something to think about. We then had a couple of little battles where we were trying to lock down provinces around the throne at Valgard. Western Plains went fine. That was the Ghouls and the Dancer. Nothing there. Also Deep Forest. Nothing really there either. We rolled through that. And Utavania. So that's all fine. We locked down all of the stuff around the fort. How did the battle go? Well, there's quite a lot of stuff here. Lots of trolls, lots of bees. Lots of mages as well. There's about 30 mages in there somewhere. And they are a big communion. They surround us with lots of units that are flying. And then it is a Gifts from Heaven communion, which does a lot of damage. But we both have Light of Northern Star up, and we both have Howl up. I additionally have Heat from Hell up, which I think would be good against the Communion, except these guys I think all have like ridiculous... Oh, maybe not. This guy's 5 fire resistance. This guy's 5. This guy's 5. Yeah, so Heat from Hell might be quite good against this Communion. These are the guys I was clicking on though. The Communion leaders have 22 fire resistance, so Heat from Hell might be not too great against these guys. This guy's only 5 as well though. I'm not sure. I think it was a good decision to put it up. It does do a lot of damage though, it does kill quite a few spirits. Yikes. think at this point they've mostly fallen asleep. Yeah, this goes on 145 fatigue, 96, 98. Maybe some of them have died as well. Looks like there's fewer than there were. Once the meteors stopped falling, we're in much better shape. We didn't do a lot, but we are gradually filling the battlefield with imps and wolves. And tangleheart eggs as well, although they don't really... We get a couple of those. And at that point... I think from this point on the battle is pretty much ours. I don't think they can really do anything now. They can't cast any more big spells, and the units are all falling asleep. There's a pretty similar story from a lot of the battles we've had, where we just kind of put too much stuff on the battlefield and then fatigue everyone out. It seems to work. I'll just turbo through this now, I think. It is pretty fun watching the cloud of imps slowly build up. Here's the melee spirit, by the way. He's on 95 fatigue currently, so... Takes a long time to kill this last commander. I think it flew away in the end. Didn't even die. That is a lot of items being found. And that was the battle at the fortress in Valyard. Lost 10 of our spirits. And 9 of the unit versions. But that was a very big communion. 30 slaves, I guess, who are all dead. And that is it for battle data, I'm pretty sure. Funnily enough, we lost our prophet in that battle, so we don't have an H3 here. However, we still have the shield that we pulled off from that Titan we killed a while back. Kazia's Titan, actually, the one that was underwater. So this gives +1 holy level, so I gave it to one of our H2 trees, and now he can claim the throne. That's quite fortunate. So we're claiming the throne this turn. I'm pretty sure that nothing can prevent you from claiming a throne. If you're in a fort, you're on a throne, then you can claim it, then you will claim it. So I think this game is just won now. I don't think there's anything that can happen that can stop us from winning. But let's not take any chances. So I'm claiming throne, and I'm also casting 3 domes over the province. These 3 casters will probably just get eaten by horrors and nothing will happen, but I'm going to try and get the domes up just to protect me from any rituals that happen this turn. Just in case that can stop me claiming. And as a final kind of victory thing, I am still going to cast Enchanted Forest this turn. Hopefully my god doesn't get killed by horrors. That would be so sad to have that happen on the last turn. But I think Enchanted Forest would be very funny still. We are on Dominion Strength 14 with Conflict 23. We're actually quite close to Dom killing La Mancha, I think, because we're pushing out his Dominion here. And we can see he does have a few provinces that have a few candles. But a lot of these have like 1, 2, 1, 1. If something does go wrong, I don't know, maybe it'd be funny if we win by Enchanted Forest somehow. But I think it's over. I think this is victory. But we'll see. I'll just carry over till turn 77 and we'll see what happens. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you then. Hello, welcome back. We claimed the throne. Nothing stopped us. Did some domes. And the Hunter of Heroes did stop us. We cast Enchanted Forests, which is lovely, and managed to survive it. Did some raiding, had some events, and won the game. So there we are. That was battle data. Usually at this point what I would do is I would go through the score graphs. But for some reason, I don't have them. I'm not sure why. Fortunately, is there anything else I want to show up on this screen? I don't think so. Fortunately, Ramk has allowed me to log in as him. So let's do that. Because he was playing Selenia, and he did have Eyes of God for a lot of the game. You can see, just before the end of the game, he lost Eyes of God due to mysterious circumstances. But this does tell us enough about the game. He did have Eyes of God up for quite a while, so let's take a look. First of all, that gigantic grey line you can see that like tops out everything on provinces, that is Gerudo. They were absolutely dominant for pretty much the entire game, until it looks like Kazuya started taking provinces off them. And of course, around the same time that Kazuya started taking provinces off them, they also lost quite a big army in my capital. And that was it, they pretty much gave up after that. Other than that, the story of the game is a bit more interesting than I might have thought. Early on, it looks like the Qin was in second on provinces, which is pretty good. We were in third for most of the early game, and then right behind Gerudo for a little bit. In fact, Kazuya was actually larger than us for a lot of the end game as well, which I wouldn't have thought. Then again, I suppose like we had that kind of weird period in the middle where we were taking territory and then losing it immediately because we couldn't hold it, right? We have La Mancha there, and Selenia, very similar coloured lines. Kind of small. I mean, if we look at Selenia on the actual map, we can see they didn't really have a huge amount of territory left. So, yeah, some of these other players we didn't really see much. What did Kirko do? Not much. What's the blue one? Oh, blue is Lemnos. Oh, okay. Yeah, Lemnos was pretty small as well. Forts next. Yeah, Gerudo led on forts as well. And Kazuya just behind them. Kazuya was in a very strong position for a lot of the game, it looks like. Income. Again, Gerudo is huge. Interestingly, they had death scales. So it's kind of interesting that they have so much income even though... I mean, they did have huge numbers of provinces though, so... maybe not so strange. Also not so strange is that we had very low income because we are also very, very, very much a death nation. Kazuya is behind. Income and gen income tends to follow provinces, so... unless you have some weird gimmick like Uuodeouda does, it's not unusual for income to kind of look like provinces. And same for gem income as well. Again, we have kind of a gimmick in that we trade monetary income for gem income. Research, as usual, I'm almost last. I do not tend to do a lot of researching. It looks like, again, Gerudo was just way out in front of everybody. I do think they kind of gave up a bit prematurely. I think they were still in a very strong position to win. It just wouldn't have been like a complete victory. I think they would have had to just hold thrones and defend them. Yeah, and even Kazuya was like nowhere near them on research. Gerudo was even ahead of us on Dominion, which is pretty crazy. We ended the game on Dominion 14, conflict bonus 23. And we just put up Enchanted Forest, which would have been very funny. Yeah, looks like Kazuya was actually not that far behind us on Dominion. Army size is a pretty funny one. We can see that Gerudo kept pace with us for most of the game. And then there's this gigantic jump. I'm not sure what this is. It might be when I put up Gift of Health. Maybe having units that are a larger size actually contributes to the army size score. That could be a thing, because that looks... I mean, that's pretty, like, sudden that we have this really kind of, like, nice, easy upward slope and then it just suddenly, like, ratchets up massively. So I assume that, like, the units actually growing in size counted as a higher army size score. But I might be wrong. And then Ascension points there. Again, Kazuya had a pretty big army. And even Gerudo, like... Uuodeouda was with us most of the game, and you know, even after that kind of artificial bump, it was still pretty big. You see they've started losing army at this point, but they were kind of AI at this point, weren't they? Yeah, so those were the graphs of the game. What to say? I think the nation that I was playing is probably a bit busted, let's be honest. There are definitely a few things in there that need to change. I think I'll tag a little bit onto the end of this video where I just talk about what changes I think I'm likely to make. And then if you have any comments, you can leave them below about what you think is maybe too powerful or needs changing. I think certainly it's ridiculous that we had so many spirits of points at the end. In my head, spirits of points are supposed to be a bit like... it's a bit like getting a vastness from the gate if you're playing Relia. So ending up with like 20 of them is probably a bit obscene. So I think definitely that if there's one thing that needs changing, it's that you shouldn't get so many of them, or that you should be a lot weaker. And other than that, some little changes. I mean, the worms are probably a bit too strong. Maybe we get mini sites. Certainly there's some bugs with our global enchantments and things like that. But yeah, hopefully this was interesting to watch. Hopefully it was fun. It's a bit weird to be playing in a mod nation game as my own nation, and then also have that nation be a bit overpowered, and then also win the game because of it. But what are you gonna do? Thanks for watching. If you have watched this far, and if you have enjoyed the series, I guess I'll mention, I know I've set up a Patreon recently, so if you'd like to support me in the channel in that way, that would be appreciated, and thanks to those people who have already done so. And other than that, yeah, that's the end of the series. I do still have a Phlegra game in progress. I know that those videos are going up on the channel now, so maybe go check out some Phlegra action. And other than that, I'll see you when I see you.
My sisters and my brothers, my subject for this evening is the world is in a hell of a fix. This whole world is in a hell of a fix. We are living in perilous times. We're living in times when the racketeer and the bandit and the bootlegger and the false pretender and the hypocrite in the amen corner have got this whole world in a hell of a fix. Men have turned their backs on God. God is calling. God is calling. The world is upside down. Yet I say to you, my brothers and my sisters, it's hard times that we're having in the world, with millions out of work, with worldwide depression. Unrest is because this whole world is in a hell of a fix. And you better get right with God. You better get right, my brothers and my sisters, because we're living in the last days.